Yo, it's Elut, and welcome back to my Forced Units Only hard mode run of Radiant Dawn. We've finally made it to the tower, and we're doing Rebirth 1 today, out of 5. So the first thing we have to do is we take skills off of every unit that is not allowed in the tower, so that we have them for the tower, because we won't be able to access them afterwards. The ruling on these units, if you forgot, are basically the tower forced units are free for use at any point within the tower. And those units are Ike, Micaiah, Sothe, Kurthnaga, Anna, Sanaki, and a Heron of your choice. We end up picking Rafiel just because I like Rafiel, but Reyson or Leanne, if you wanted those instead, would be fine. I won't deploy a lot of those units for a lot of maps because they wouldn't really help or accomplish much of anything, or maybe even would be a hindrance in some cases. But I do need all of them at some point except for Sothe, I'm sorry to say. So yeah, taking skills off of everybody we can't use, and items as well, because certain items are pretty useful. Like Gifka, we'll see in a second, is holding a Lagu's gem, which I mentioned a few chapters back, and that is kind of helpful at certain points too. And then the only other thing I have to reiterate is that Nasir and Gareth, once they are available in the tower, are free for use, just like the other units I said. We can't bring anybody else into the tower that isn't part of that forced group. So no like Har or Alencia or Tabarn or anything like that. Nasir is necessary though for a couple things. Especially like boss fights and things like that, because Ike needs that speed boost. Gareth, although Gareth is nice because Blood Tide is a good skill, he is kind of redundant in a lot of ways because we already have Anna, and Anna has like good resistance and all that stuff. But extra hit can never be a bad thing. So we will deploy him for like one map, I think. The skills Ike needs right now is Pass and Savior. The good thing about this is we gave him boots, so we don't need celerity, and his movement actually does matter for this chapter here. We have Savior because he's going to be rescuing Micaiah, and Savior allows him to do that without suffering any stat penalties, and Pass is very important for a specific job that I will get into once it starts. We checked the bargain shop. I don't think we buy anything. There's really nothing here that we need. There's really not much we need to buy either, except for physics staves for Micaiah. I believe we also buy 2 ward staves, so essentially like barrier staves from other games, increase resistance, and then we buy like some concoctions, which are 40 HP healing items that are pretty damn good too. Right now I'm just kind of selling a bunch of stuff, clearing out the convoy. Why not? You know, we're not going to use any of it. Just going to buy a bunch of stabs and things. We don't sell the hammer. We've been saving this since part 1. That is for the chapter after this one that we saved the hammer for. Mr. Zelgius will meet that. And here I'm just checking like inventories again, I think. I tend to do that a lot if you haven't noticed, like from other episodes, just making sure everybody's dumped their items and skills in the convoys. You gotta double, triple check this stuff. Especially with skills, because if I gave Ike like the wrong skills for this map or something right now, I wouldn't be able to change those skills at the tower preps. You can switch items around and stuff still, but skills and things like that you cannot past this point. We will for like the later chapters and everything, but for this Rebirth 1, we have to have our skills set up now. Then Micaiah to tier 3, always nice. Then, yeah, as you can see, it would be under the manage option to do skills, but we can't do that now. We would have to do that before, which we did, so we're fine. We bring in some pure waters for Ike, that's also important. I'm just giving her staves, but she's not actually going to do anything on this map. And some extra item management for like Anna and Kurth and stuff like that, just so I don't forget later. And again, double checking, make sure everybody's dumped everything. And then we'll get to choose our heron in a second here. And we pick Rafiel. I just like Rafiel. I think Reyson, for the most part, would have worked just as well. But having a four dance in one turn, transformed or not, is pretty cool. We don't bring in anybody except for Ike and Micaiah because they would honestly be more of a hindrance than, you know, a help. We attack something with Micaiah just for the hell of it, but we are going to rescue her. And again, Ike has Savior, so he doesn't suffer any stat penalties for doing so. There are 2 Siege Tomes on either side of the map, as well as 2 Sleep Staves, which can be pretty bad. Which is why we're going up this left side. And you'll see why that matters in a second. Going up the left side is important, as well as having 9 move and pass is important for Ike. So we're going to go up here in Pure Water, I believe, just for the magic protection, because there are a lot of mages here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to kill this Siege Tome here, so he's not a problem anymore. And then you'll see the boss on the left side, Leanne, will do this AoE silence attack, which does nothing to us because Ike doesn't use magic. But that's actually huge and is the exact reason we went up this left side. Because how statuses work in Tellius is if you are silenced, you cannot be slept, and vice versa. So, Ike has sleep protection for 5 turns, and with 9 move, he can exactly reach this spot and kill the first sleep staff. And Leanne's just going to do this a couple times throughout the map. He's just going to dick around with the warp staff going all over the place. I can't even blame him. I would do the same thing if I had a warp staff in IRL life. That would be pretty funny. I get it. And Ike actually does need Aether for some generals on this map, as you've probably seen already. He's like very, very close to one-rounding them, but like just off. Most things he will, but occasionally they'll be left at like 1 or 2 HP, which is unfortunate. But it is a route map, we gotta kill them all. Every last one of them. Alright, and now we're going to go to the right side and kill the second boss on this map. The boss is standing on a cover tile, which gives him plus 10 defense, but it doesn't matter, we still one-round him. So that is the sleep staves out of the way, which is nice. That's a pretty easy solution, if I do say so. So now it's just going to be Ike killing everything, pretty much. The one thing that I could have gotten that I didn't is the chest on the left side of the map, the top left side. And that has the Matrona staff, I believe it's called. And it's basically a physics staff that whoever you heal it with, it bumps their biorhythm up to the max value. I think it could have maybe been helpful, but it's by no means necessary for Micaiah or anything like that. So I didn't really bother with it, but you could get it. You know, it's fun, I guess. It's cool to see. But, again, not necessary. And we could kill Leanne right here if we wanted to, but I think I opt to kill the Siege Tome first. And then we're actually going to run back here because I can't heal and Pure Water again against all those bishops. So we're just going to heal, go on a Wardwood tile, and kill some more generals. Again with the Warp Staff. Again, I can't blame him, but jeez. He has like 15 casts on that thing or something. The good part about that, though, is if he warps to a place where we can kill him, it means that he is not wielding a weapon, so we can just kind of kill him for free, but we're gonna kill the staves first. And then these guys are also on cover tiles, so they have plus 10 defense, which does make it a little slower. If Ike hits an Aether, obviously they're still dead. But if he doesn't, it takes a little bit. He's going to do his silence attack again, not that it matters anymore. But, you know, he's having fun, he's vibing, I guess. You know, whatever. There we go, nice Aether there. kill another staff. And I believe that is all the staffs, so it's just gonna be like combat bishops and generals. They didn't bring too many too many classes in this map for whatever reason. No pitfalls here. Unless you consider using only generals a pitfall, which... I don't know, is that a pitfall? It's probably a bad idea. I don't know if it's a pitfall. What the fuck am I saying? I'm not Mecha. Shut up, Elut. It's not your job to find pitfalls. Oh, yeah, I believe we're gonna Pure Water and kill a bunch of bishops down here now. And I think here's where we kill Leanne. And he is also on a cover tile, but again, doesn't matter. We don't care. Plus 10 defense, man, for what? And then that is the SS rank Light Tome, the Rex Aura, which actually would have been, I guess, kinda nice for Micaiah if she could use it. It's a 12 Might Tome instead of the 8 Might Thani Tome, or Val Aura is also 8 Might, as I said in a previous video. But Micaiah actually doesn't end up hitting that light rank by the end of the game, which, you know, it's not really that big of a deal, to be honest. Most of Micaiah's utility at this point is staffing, and she does that very well, so it's not like a huge loss, but, you know. The reinforcements. It'll be over soon as far as the reinforcements are concerned, but jeez, there are so many of them. Thank God for Aether too, my god. There's so many of these dudes that he would leave at like 2 HP. It's so nice. When he procs it, of course. And then we're going to go up here, these cover tiles again, and just start chipping away, because a lot of those guys won't move, as well as some of the other ones in the top center won't move, which does make it a little bit more annoying. That's a common trend with a lot of these Part 4 enemies, like, just some of them won't move. You always got to go to them for whatever reason. Alright, and then we're going to move off, just so they don't get that plus 10 bonus anymore, because all the rest of them pretty much will move. And again, these dudes, they don't move. Man, throw me a freaking bone here. We're almost done, though. We're gonna kill the double bow guy last. Alright, and that is Rebirth 1. Double bow. Not gonna use that either. Alright, so yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.